Many never thought this day would come, but it has. After 13 years with the Warriors, Klay Thompson has signed with the Dallas Mavericks, unable to reach an agreement with Warriors GM Mike Dunleavy. Fans are devastated, knowing that despite Klay's struggles last season, finding a replacement for a legend is nearly impossible. Reactions to this move have been swift, with many wondering what Steph Curry and Draymond Green think about it. Did their longtime teammates know Klay was leaving this summer? Could the shooting guard be unhappy with Dunleavy's decision to pay Draymond Green just a year ago? It certainly seemed like the team prioritized Green. What truly triggered the sign and trade departure of one of the most important players in franchise history? Let's start at the beginning. Few players boast a track record like Klay's with the Warriors.
Big dude doing that with postgame. Klay, heat check. Thompson, three-pointer. Got it! Klay Thompson from downtown.
In fact, very few have managed to win 4 rings in the ever-changing modern NBA. Klay wasn't just part of this success, he was indispensable. First, his gravity and ability to stretch the floor were unmatched. Second, he was one of the best two-way players of his generation. Prime Klay was a defensive menace. And third, his availability was his best ability until his first injury. Simply put, he's a Warriors legend. That's why so many fans hope to see Klay retire with the Warriors alongside Steph and Draymond. What other scenario could there be? These 3 players transformed Golden State into one of the league's most iconic franchises, and they're all around the same age. Everyone expected Mike Dunleavy to do whatever it took to properly support these legends as they approached the end of their careers, especially after Draymond Green signed a generous $100 million extension just a year ago, a deal similar to what Klay was expected to receive. But that didn't happen, and it's all due to one of the most significant changes the NBA has seen in recent years. Yes, I'm talking about the new CBA. The introduction of the new aprons has left the league's general managers truly terrified. In the old days, if you went over the luxury tax threshold, owners simply paid a penalty for every dollar over the limit, allowing teams to compete without restrictions. This approach worked well for big markets to attract free agents and build super teams, as they could just pay the fine. But that's all changed. Being in the second apron now comes with significant restrictions, like losing valuable first-round draft picks. Teams in the second apron face major limitations during free agency, unable to offer exceptions that help cap-strapped teams. They also encounter severe restrictions when it comes to making trades. In fact, teams are so constrained that drafting players with second-round picks to fill roster spots has become the go-to strategy for building a 15-man rotation. Crazy, right? Mike Dunleavy made the tough call to not jeopardize the franchise's future over one contract. When he took over for Bob Myers as Warriors GM, he had the responsibility to maintain that special core. But he chose a different path. Did the players understand? And the fans? Many still don't grasp how the new CBA works. Despite losing a historic player, the Warriors will still have solid flexibility moving forward. What Steph said: "If there's one player who has been special to Klay, it's Steph." The Splash Brothers, in their prime, formed one of the best backcourts in NBA history, and without a doubt, the best shooting backcourt ever.
Saved it to the wrong guy. Here's Curry. Thompson off the break. Quick outlet to Curry. Klay. 3.
Steph didn't address Klay's departure in a press conference or on a podcast. Instead, he took to Instagram, posting a few stories to share his thoughts on his best friend's exit. "Gonna miss you, Klay Thompson. Even though we won't finish the journey together, what we did will never be done again. Couldn't have imagined a better run with you and Draymond Green. Changed the whole Bay Area. Changed the way the game is played. Killer Klay at the center of it all. Thank you for everything, bro. Go enjoy playing basketball and doing what you do. Splash Bros for life, my guy." It was all love from Steph. In an emotional Instagram message, Curry made it clear he harbors no resentment towards Klay for leaving rather than accepting less money. And he's right on the money with everything he said. The Warriors and their incredible backcourt changed the NBA forever. Along with the Rockets, they sparked the three-point revolution that terrorized defenses across the league, leaving defensive systems scrambling to adapt. 15 years ago, no coach would have imagined 2 high-volume three-point shooters being so efficient. But somehow, Curry and Klay solved basketball. what Draymond said. Everyone knew Steph and Klay were like brothers with a seamless relationship off the court. But Draymond's case was different. The Warriors gave the forward the contract he asked for, a $100 million 4-year extension in the summer of 2023. Klay assumed he'd get a similar deal when it was his turn to re-sign in 2024. When Golden State couldn't meet his contract demands, it seemed the franchise preferred Green, especially since they could only keep one of them. Given Draymond's controversial nature on and off the court, no one knew how he'd react. Finally, Green broke his silence on his podcast.
Congrats, bro. Like, I'm happy for you. That's dope. And like, to obviously reassure that changes nothing for us. Like, changes the basketball court, obviously. But the relationships, they are what they are. They are forever. I think I might have dropped a couple tears, a tear or two.
It can't be easy to get emotional for a player whose mentality is made of iron. If Draymond has proven anything during his career, it's that he's not afraid of any NBA player. He has words for everyone in every game, and his trash talk is well known among all players and fans around the world. But with his longtime teammate, this was different. Draymond understands the NBA is a business, and the new CBA has changed the game. Like Steph, he knew Klay's decision wasn't personal. Klay's reported frustration with Warriors management showed his desire to finish his career in the Bay Area and his disappointment with having to leave. But the truth is, the Warriors didn't have the money to compete with other franchises that wanted Klay. It wasn't just the Mavericks. The Lakers, Clippers, and 76ers all showed interest during the early days of free agency. This free agency lacked big superstar names, and everyone wanted a guard with multiple championships under his belt. So, despite his father Michael's wishes, KT signed a $50 million contract with the Dallas Mavericks for the next 3 seasons. This is where Klay has chosen to star in the final chapter of his extraordinary career. Sure, it's a risky contract for a player who struggled with efficiency last season and isn't the defender he once was, but that's the price you pay for a player with a winning pedigree. Klay knows how to win championships, just like Kyrie. These experiences are crucial in leading a team like Dallas back to the NBA Finals. No matter what happens, Klay Thompson's career has already been legendary. Maybe his fit with the Mavericks will be seamless from day one and the team will function like a well-oiled machine, just as they did in their finals run last season. Or maybe it won't work out, and Klay will struggle on a team that hasn't been the most consistent in recent years. But the truth is, any prospect coming into the NBA would dream of being remembered like Klay Thompson. He's one of the best pure shooters we've ever seen. With 4 NBA championships, 5 All-Star selections, 2 All-NBA third-team honors, and an All-Defensive second-team nod, his name is already etched in the history books no matter what happens next.